Hello again. Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, whenever it might be for you when you're watching this right now. We are back, session 10. Yes, we finally made it into the double digits. Um, as you will have seen in the last episode, we finished up with the Adventurers Amusements, and just in time for Saladin's next fight in the arena. So tonight, we will be seeing Saladin square off against Morga Thundertusk, a Loxodon war cleric. Should be interesting. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know down below what you guys would like to see coming up in this campaign, any characters that you're interested in that you want to know more about, or just in general things that you'd like to ask. I will try to respond to any comments or questions that we do get. Until then, we'll jump in, enjoy tonight, and speak to you again soon.
It's
All
fight
right.
night, at which point I will stay as far away from the fight as possible.
It is fight night.
Are we? Don't we have Richard tonight?
No Richard
Not
tonight.
He's
Ah.
at the altar. He's praying.
Yeah, he's had to drop out tonight, so Talek
I might go pray with him if I'm not going to be wanting to be seen at this fight.
You can use a
Well-
disguise kit, probably.
Well, you've already snuck backstage. You did that at the end of last session, if you remember. So you currently have
Yeah.
to sneak out.
Yeah, which while everyone's here is probably not the smartest move.
Probably not.
Just pull brimstone over your head and wear his jaw like a hat. They'll never recognise you. And if anyone does see you, they'll be like, I'm not going to fuck with the guy with the wolf on his head.
I mean, I still do have a +7 to stealth.
That has never helped you before.
So why not now?
A 7 plus a 1. Average stealth roll.
No, I average at least a 3. Come on.
No, because we still celebrate when you hit double digits. So that would mean that your average is like a 2. Minimum, at maximum.
Yeah, true. We average a 1.5.
All right. So, yeah, catching up from last time, we finally got out of Adventurers Amusements. You completed the dungeon, you collected your prizes, you had a bit of a last interesting conversation with the couple that were down in the dungeon. Well, Talek did especially. And you made your way out, and you made your way to the arena. On the way in, you noticed a number of lovely new wanted signs with a
Who clocked me, damn it?
fairly similar looking face to someone you know. But you made your way in, and you had enough time to get down for a rest before the fight was called. Now, I am going to say, before we jump straight into the fight itself, for those of you not fighting, is there anything that you're wanting to do before we begin?
Are there any kind of vantage points from backstage where I could watch said fight without being seen?
From backstage, that's a bit of a tricky one. Bear with me just a second. I'll just have another look at the map. In fact, I'll go ahead and drop you guys onto the map as well. There we go.
Yeah.
So, from backstage, what you're going to be looking at is you're going to be in this stone ring between the main stands and the ring. So it's not. There's not really a good place that you're going to be not able to be seen. There are places you could get basically underneath the east or west stairways, but you're not going to have the best visibility under there.
Mm.
They would probably be the most hidden places to be in here.
I'm wondering whether it's just better to be like fully backstage, out of sight.
That's up to you. You tell me where you'd like to be. And Theodore, same for you. Where would you like to set up for the fight?
I guess I'll set up next to Zethian, just because I'm like something might go wrong,
Okay.
and yeah, just in case.
So are you both
Well,
staying?
if you stay beneath, but you can be in view and you can watch and see if anything's going horribly wrong, and then I'll stay a bit further back so that I can't be seen. But if anything does go wrong, I can kind of hop out under the stairs and try and stay a bit hidden, but could potentially offer help.
Okay, sounds good to me.
Okay. And is anyone placing a bet before the fight?
What kind of odds am I getting?
Odds,
Go ahead.
Odds for this fight are fairly close at the moment. It's currently 3-2 against you. The majority are picking on Morga to win, but for it to be a close fight.
Yeah, why not? I'll put 5 gold on it. I don't have much cash on me, so.
Okay. Didn't you just get a bunch of winnings?
I look at my pocket, and in my pocket there is 13 gold. Also, I'll ask Zethian if he wants to place a bet as well. I guess I will go to Davroth to give him the money so that he don't see Zethian.
I mean, I'm not a betting man, but if you would like to place a bet with some more money that you may not currently have, you are welcome to do so.
I'm not a betting man. But if you are saying not a betting man, I'm already off. Trying to place a bet.
He's gone.
All right. You place your 5 gold bet.
Mhm.
And we'll go ahead and start the fight if there's no other things that anyone wants to set up beforehand.
Throws the mystery grenade immediately into the ring. Fuck it.
That would be interesting.
I'm not doing that.
You sure?
Gets arrested. It's tempting, but no.
Technically, you wouldn't get arrested for using a weapon while you're actively fighting.
Yeah, but I have a feeling that it's going to be more than just a mystery grenade. I have a feeling it's going to be not. It could turn out to be just like the most mundane thing in the world. It just summons a fucking puppy or something like that. But I'm not willing to take that risk yet.
And I'm also not convinced that's true in any way, shape, or form.
I love the fact that you guys talk about this mystery grenade all the time, and you're probably gonna be like session 80 and still not used it because you're not sure what it's gonna happen.
Yeah, it's gonna be. You know how like it's potions in RPGs. It's like I'm not going to use it because I might need it later.
Yep.
Depends how much I
finish the
drink.
game.
At some point, I might just
5,000 of them. All right.
It's encumbered like in Skyrim with just like cheese wheels and other random garbage because you want it all, but you don't want it all.
Mm-hmm. A couple of you have definitely not experienced that from me in Baldur's Gate 3. I know that. Pickpocketing the merchants to steal their wares so I can sell them back
and then
to them.
selling it back to them.
Or better yet, giving it back to them to earn faction, to then sell them to steal it again, to then sell it back to them at a better price.
It's an effective method.
But I swear I've got like 3 of these now. Didn't know there was so many in circulation.
Yeah. Funny that. So Saladin, the announcer calls your name, and you make your way to the ring. The masked fighter, ready to defend against all comers. And once you have made your way to the ring, you can immediately feel the vibration of the floor as Morga Thundertusk approaches. Now, you have met Morga before. She is quite an interesting person. Um, when not fighting in the fights herself, she is a healer who likes to help out fighters after their fights. You know that Morga is a war cleric, and
Oh fuck!
as she approaches the ring, you see a 9.5 foot tall female Loxodon wearing plate mail, with hanging from her belt a very large, heavy looking mace on one side and a very sharp looking hand axe on the other side.
Fuck! Fuck! Boys, I'm cooked. A fucking war cleric in plate mail, which is like what, AC 18, if memory serves correctly. I'm fucked. I'm fucked.
Have a good time, dear. Enjoy the fight.
And Morga walks into the ring, steps over the top rope. Yeah, you are feeling the floor move under the weight of this huge elephant person. Um, and as she gets into the ring, she actually smiles at you. And she kind of says, as things are getting started, well, don't worry, I'll heal you up after.
Much obliged.
Thanks,
um,
hon.
and this is something that you do know from previous interactions with Morga. She is the sweetest person you could think of until a fight starts, and then she is brutal on trampling over her opponents. And as you are having that thought, the announcer makes the announcement, and the bell rings. I'm going to go ahead and say, roll initiative. To those of you not in the fight, if you would like to roll initiative, you are welcome to do so. And if you want to then jump in on any points, you can do so.
Sounds good. I will roll the initiative. I also want to prepare one action, if that's all right. In
Okay.
case someone does recognize Zethian,
Hmm.
I would want to cast Disguise Self on myself to become Zethian as well.
Okay, got it.
Confusion tactics, yeah.
Can I, if I'm, because I'm technically not in the room at this point, am I? I kind of very backstage, aren't I?
Well, yeah, you effectively, I can put you. Do you see where your token is currently?
Yeah.
You are there, but underneath the steps.
So would I even be in thingy to do initiative? Well, I suppose I would be, I guess.
Yeah, because you would literally go 5, 10, or 5, 10,
I'll roll it
15,
anyway.
and then at that point, you're involved with things. You're 15 feet away. You're just tucked under, effectively.
Yeah.
I did roll initiative while clicked, but it just didn't come through. I used a luck point to get advantage. I'll re-roll now to see if it pulls through, but yeah, it was a 16.
You had a 16, and she also had a 16. So, what is your dexterity?
What, just the overall stat?
Yes.
13.
Yeah, so you go first. Well, you go before she goes. Zethian has the actual first initiative.
In which
I
I'm
don't.
going to do nothing.
I don't know why I even asked that, considering what her dex is. But yeah, there was a chance. I guess you could have been lower.
Yeah, I was gonna say con and wisdom they get by default in it, and
Hmm.
obviously wisdom would be the priority. It is wisdom that's priority for a cleric, isn't it?
Oh yes. Yeah.
Yeah, and as a war cleric, then the secondary one would probably be strength followed by con.
Hmm.
So dex is not gonna be priority.
Right. So
I'm
Zethian,
learning.
you are. Yeah, Zethian, you're not doing anything on your turn.
Nope.
Saladin, you're up first.
Yeah, obviously it's a no-brainer to rage because I'm about to take a fucking battering, bro. Um, and get in melee because I do not want her charging with those tusks. I have no choice other than to be in melee and swing that hammer. And a 16 will not hit.
16 does not hit. You are correct.
That plate is gonna fuck me up entirely.
You could try and grapple it off.
I'm not gonna strip an elephant in the middle of an arena.
Why
That
That
not?
comes
would be
later.
that would be funny.
Just swinging in. Sorry.
Um. Okay, so you charge in and miss. For her turn, she's going to start out with a bit of fun. Give me a charisma saving throw.
Charisma saving throw.
Well, that's just not okay. 18.
Dang it. You succeeded your charisma save. You weren't supposed to do that.
I feel like I'm
She,
about to be punished.
she wanted you to be banged.
I mean, I can do
Okay.
the voice.
So, as a follow up to that, what is she going to do? Well, she's going to go ahead and use her War Priest ability to go ahead and take an attack as a bonus action. So, which is she going to hit you with? She's going to swing the mace.
Yep.
Does a 19 hit?
Yep. I put my AC in the blue dot if that helps as well on the map.
5 bludgeoning, so you have it.
To 4, correct?
No, 5 would go down to 3.
Yeah, I'm
Why
not
would
doing my.
5 half to 4?
I meant to say 2, but I was looking at a number 4 on my screen, so I'm just an idiot.
Uh,
No, not 23, George. Fucking hell. 3. Rounds up. Does yeah.
yeah, Theodore, you're up. Anything you're doing,
Not
or
doing
you
anything, just watching.
same with you against
Sorry,
Zethian?
Casey.
Mhm.
Oh,
Oh
one
yeah.
thing. What did you say last time? If I hex someone, they know that they're hexed, don't they?
Correct. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
It is a there is a visible effect. Yeah.
Oh, visual effect.
Yeah,
So
there
sure.
is a visible effect to hex. Yes.
Mm-hmm. Then doing nothing.
In a lot of cases, it's usually something to the effect of black smoke gathering and circling around them, or something of that nature. That it is visible.
Excuse me.
Um, all right, Saladin, you are up.
Okie dokie. Definitely not just pouring a power up. Whoops. You can guess immediately what I'm going to do, but this time I'm going to do something a little silly and take a reckless attack for the first time. So any
Oh,
attack she puts back against me gets advantage, but
Okay.
I feel like I'm going to regret this. Yeah, That was fucking stupid because both of those rolls are nuts, and now I'm gonna roll fucking dreadful for the rest. Can I use both of those dice as my 2 attacks?
No, that's not how
No.
it works.
Yeah. So yeah.
That's,
First one.
that is a hit, though.
And the first one does not. The second one does not hit. And yes, that is a crit foul. I will snitch on myself. But the one that does hit hits for modest 11.
Okay. What's
This is where we find she has resistance to bludgeoning damage, and I'm just absolutely fuck-a-doodle dude.
No, I don't think I gave her resistance to bludgeoning. Did I?
If you
I
did, that
would
is
laugh.
cruel.
No resistance to bludgeoning.
Aww.
So she took 11 damage. Got it. Her turn?
There's absolutely no point in me making her prone. This is a entirely upfront and just trading blows fight in it.
Probably. Okay. So, what are we going to do now?
I'm gonna fucking die.
Well, just for the heck of it, what have we got on bonus actions?
I forgot to apply my temporary hit points when I raged,
Oh, well,
You
that's
should do
not
that.
good. You should do that.
which means that I actually didn't take damage. Sick.
Can you reapply them to yourself every turn?
No, I only get it when I activate my rage.
You get it, yeah, when you first activate it.
It's a utility one, so it's good for you guys. It's not as great for me.
All right. Well, she is going to go ahead just for the heck of it and use her bonus action to do a bit of healing on herself.
Bitch.
Recover 8 of that 11 that you hit her with. And
This is a
then
war of attrition.
she's going to swing in with her battle axe this time. That's going to hit for 9 slashing.
Which goes to a 5, yeah?
Yep.
Yeah, I am not winning this fight. Double
And
attacking, you can self-heal. Ooh, this is a crisp.
no, she's only attacked once.
But she has the option to do dual attack as a warcaster.
Not every turn, though. There's a limited number of uses for that.
Interesting.
All right. Zephian and Theodore, are you two doing anything?
I do nothing.
Do nothing.
We believe in you.
Saladin, back around.
Yeah, I mean, I wonder what he's going to do other than attempt to swing a hammer. And roll the second nat one in a row. I should have reckless attacked.
Wow.
I'm fucked, lads. Do you want me to roll damage to see how much I slam myself in the fucking nuts?
No. I'm not gonna do you that dirty. But wow. Okay. Nothing else on your go?
Nothing else I can do.
Okay. Is that too mean if she does that? Probably, but I think I might do it anyway.
Oh, yeah.
So, give me a wisdom saving throw.
Fuck me. 17.
You passed it again, you bastard. So for that, she's going to hit you with the mace.
I need to invest in better armor. Unarmored defense is not going to get me through this campaign.
19?
Yep.
7 bludgeoning.
Fun.
I'm going to skip you 2 on the stands unless you tell me that you're jumping in.
Okay.
Ears! Grab her by the ears!
Saladin. What are
I
you
can't
going to
actually.
do?
I can't really do anything with a grapple. Other than, like, try and attempt to force her out the arena for long enough for it to count as a disqualification, but 9'2" in plate mail most likely would probably exceed my push, drag, or lift of 960. Especially given any gear that's being carried, so fuck it, we swing the hammer. And it's not going to do anything.
No, it doesn't. You have yet to. Well, no, you hit her once.
Dear oh dear. I am cooked.
All right. Well, she's going to go with the axe again. 15.
Hey, I finally managed to shrug one off.
And she's going to follow it up with the mace. 18.
Yep.
Five bludgeoning.
Oof.
And back around to you. Come
Can
up
I
with
roll
something.
Nope,
Yes,
I
you
roll
do.
worse.
You just have to actually hit.
I am absolutely fucked.
Uh, okay, well, what is she gonna? Is she getting bored of this, or is she not? She is going to. I mean, that doesn't actually do her any good because you're not actually hitting her.
This way she throws like a shield of faith on herself, so I'm just absolutely locked out
She could. She could.
in it.
Make a con save.
Crikey. I have a fucking +5 and I've rolled a 10.
Oh dear.
I'm fucking bruv.
So 15 damage from the inflict wounds. As she basically drops one of the axes to the side and reaches in and touches you with a black glowing hand.
I have a +1 and a +0 to the 2 other saving throws. The one I have a fucking +5 in,
Yep.
I've changed dice for every single fucking roll, and it just means nothing. I am borderline about to roll real life dice and just put the camera on them.
You are up. What are your hit points looking like after that now?
Less than ideal. Is it frowned upon to take healing potions in a fight club?
No?
No?
No,
And do taking healing potions count as action or bonus? I can never remember.
it's a bonus to take a potion yourself.
Cool. I always end up defaulting to Baldur's Gate rules, and I can never remember how many of them translate over. In that case, I'm going to use the healing potion I picked up at the other place. Turns out it was a good expenditure of gold.
It's one of those things where some fighters might give you a bit of a razz for it, just because you're blowing your prize money effectively, but it's perfectly viable.
I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for the fight.
Exactly.
And when you've
He's
got
a sucker for
an opposition who can heal themselves, attack twice, and spellcast, and I have hammer.
Hammer go bonk.
Yeah. Evidently, the hammer does not
so far,
fucking
no.
go bonk. Fuck it.
Hammer go with.
We'll go for another reckless attack. Nat 20.
Well, that works.
I mean, I'll roll the nat 20 damage first because it's showing me I rolled fucking bare minimum on that damage. I rolled 2d6 and rolled 2 1s.
Wow, 8 damage on a crit.
And the follow-up attack, please be better. No, fucking dreadful. Sick. Fuck it, I'll do a Hills Tumble just for shits and giggles because something finally hit. Doesn't matter.
Would she roll for that, or does she just go down?
Hills Tumble as a go down. I figured there's no point in making the con save because she's probably going to have pretty good con.
Okay. She goes down. She's going to use half her movement to stand back up. And yeah, she's just going to wallop you with the mace. There's no point getting tricksy with this right now. Mace go bonk.
She has
14.
advantage, remember.
She does have advantage. 14.
Oh, cool. Sweet. Okay, so
Oh,
that doesn't hit. Nice.
hang on, doesn't hang on. She has an ability for that, doesn't she? One
I get
second.
for doing the right thing. Sam, if I ever decide to do the right thing again, can you just tell me not to? So far,
Yeah. Here we go.
I've had a week of doing the right thing not going in my favour.
He's still got a job.
So War Cleric says when a that's when a creature within 30 feet of you.
I mean, I'm technically like right in front of her.
Well, no, it's her. She is a creature within 30 feet of herself, though. I would say that makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, what's the line on it?
Oh no, wait, never mind. It says down here. Okay, when you or another creature within 30 feet of you misses an attack roll, you can expend one use of your channel divinity to give that roll a plus 10 bonus.
Sick. I've got zero chance of winning this fight.
Well, she has limited numbers of channel divinities, though.
And I've got limited hit points, and she has healing and multiple attacks.
This is why she does good in the arena. This is why she's a good competitor. So that's a 24 to hit rather than a 14.
Funny that, yeah, that might hit.
Do I need to set fire to the stadium again?
Half of 6.
Don't forget the follow-up attack. Way.
No, she doesn't have a follow-up attack.
Oh, she used them all up.
Yeah, she's used up her extra attacks.
At least I have that going for me.
So you're up.
So she just gets a straight up plus 10 with no downside.
By burning one of her channel divinities, yes.
That's dope.
Do you not have to choose to use that before?
Hmm?
Do they not have to choose to use that before?
Nope.
I mean, I do still technically have a luck point left, and
It's
you've mentioned I
specifically,
can use luck points after a roll.
yeah. Yes, because the trigger point of that channel divinity is specifically when you miss with an attack roll.
It's fine. A +10 is insane without any detriment.
Yeah, but you only have 3 channel divinities per long rest.
Right, let's use that luck point because pointless, fucking pointless.
Plink, 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 plink.
I'm just gonna end up dying, bruv. Shouldn't have
Come
wasted a punch.
on. Come on, Saladin. People are cheering for you.
While
They
holding their
shouldn't.
heads in their hands.
Oh, that's horrible. Nope, that's a miss. Bonus action. No, nothing she's going to use her bonus action for. So you're up.
Bonk. Hey, a bonk.
That
Follow-up
hits.
bonk is not a follow-up bonk, so it's a single bonk. For max damage, at least.
How much is that? 18?
Yeah.
Nice.
Truly bonked.
Oof. She actually looks hurt after that one. So it's time for a healing word. Get 6 back. And then a return bonk. $14. Jeez. No. Okay,
Not follow-up
so
channel divinity.
no, but she is going to do another of her tricks. And she's going to punch you with her trunk.
That's a free action. Or is that part of missing?
It's part of the fact that she has 2-weapon fighting, and she can use her trunk as one of those.
Isn't 2-weapon fighting a bonus action though the same way as healing word?
Is it? I thought it was part of your attack. No, you're right. It is a bonus action. So she can't do that. Never mind. She can't punch you with her trunk.
Otherwise, I would have been trying to like find my way into headbutting or kicking bollocks with the 2-weapon fighting.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah, it does eat your bonus. Oh, she wanted to punch you with her trunk. Right, you're up. She did a
We
bit
attempt to
of
bonk.
healing and a
We
woof.
fail a bonk.
You miss. Any support from the cheap seats at the moment, or are you guys just cheering?
Just cheering.
Okay, what are we doing now? Okay, so she's down to one of those. Down to one of those.
She's got spell slots. Surely it's got to be a spell that causes me to make a save because that's her most effective weapon.
Yeah, let's try this one again. Let's try Wisdom 13.
17.
Dang it.
God dang it. God dang it.
And then you're up, yeah, because she can't do her bonus action thing again.
Taking a guess that she's about level 5, so I've still got at least half her hit points to take out.
These bloody metagamers.
Yep.
It doesn't help me at all to know at a guess what her hit points are, and I can't exactly look up her stat block because she doesn't exist. That's just knowledge of.
I mean, that would be
Playing the
true
game.
metagaming, and that would make you a dick.
Exactly.
Yes.
I know a small amount of Lockstones because I've built like X amount of. How many characters have I built now in D&D Beyond? I must have built at least like 90. Yeah, 90. So this is all memory, and I'd imagine Saladin knows some things about people he's known in the Fight Club and punched. 21
Hits.
and 25. Okay, so both of them are hitting. All right. First attack deals 14. Second attack deals 10, but I would also like a strength saving throw.
That second attack puts her down.
Oh. I've
With that, you
drastically
win.
overestimated this.
She was only level 4. Yeah, she was level 4. You take her down.
Woohoo!
Quickly use my healing kit to make sure she's stabilized.
Yeah, one of the bouncers is immediately heading to the ring to do the same thing as well. And yeah, immediately you jump down, you start helping her out. He pours the healing potion into her, and as she kind of sits up, she kind of smiles and she goes, "Oh, that new hammer of yours actually does hurt when it hits Saladin, you know."
When it hits.
You can say that again. The if is a major part of this motherfucker.
And yes, I mean the crowd's cheering, everyone goes wild, and you are announced as the winner. She shakes your hand, tells you it was a good fight. She seems impressed that you resisted most of her spells, which she's a little bit annoyed by, but
Don't worry, it was sheer dumb luck. You can't, affect what's not there, and my brain is mostly non-existent.
she kind of looks at you and she goes, "I just got one of those and I tried it twice. It would have been so much fun if you'd failed it."
Yeah. It
Oh
would
well.
have been fun for me, I imagine, but
Next time.
next time.
Yep.
I've really wanted to get that second, I've not used any charge on the hammer yet, and the DC 17 save for 2d6 plus 2 could have been if I ever hit any fucking second shot.
Yeah. Well, she kept trying to life tether you.
Oh, so anytime I hit her, it hits me?
It would have basically meant that anytime you hit her, you would have then taken half of the damage that she took. Which is great for a one-on-one fight.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
I need to look into multi-classing after getting a feat, because,
So, you've won your second round of the arena.
Do I notice that it's old Craggy sitting in that corner? Obviously, I can recognise his token.
You do see Kragoth in the stands, yes.
Give him the finger guns and a thumbs up.
He just kind of gives you a bit of a wave.
So,
And Theodore's already off to collect his bet winnings.
Yes. So, you get your 5 back, and hang on, let me just work this out.
That's an idea.
Yeah, I thought that was right. So you get an additional 7 gold, 5 silver back on top of the 5.
Ooh. 7 gold, 5 silver.
On top of your 5
Hell
back,
yeah.
yes.
Can buy magical armor with that.
There's a joke in here somewhere about penny sweets, but I suppose in this universe they'd be called like copper sweets.
They would be, yep.
Sounds delicious. Is Tusky Mog still like in the arena? I kind of want to ask her a question. I couldn't remember her full name. I just have her listed down as Tusky Mog.
Morga Thundertusk? Yes, she is, yeah. She at this point she's heading backstage after the fight.
I was going to try and follow and ask some
Mm-hmm.
questions about old Craggy and his suspicious roids. Because if she heals people after fights, she's most likely to have answers.
Okay. You head underneath the stands with her, out of the crowd sight, and you can catch up to her fairly easy. She's not moving that quick.
Yeah, sort of approaches her.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I think of it, quick question. Old Craggy, you're pretty good at healing us after a fight. I mean, you've got a good track record on that front. Have you
Well, I do
noticed
try, yeah.
suspicious box of entities that he uses during those fights?
Yes, I have, and I've noticed that he's not the only one using one either.
Know
They,
anything?
it's as far as I know, it's some new kind of enhancement. It's there seems to be a magical element of some kind to it, but it's chemical as well. Alchemical, I'm not exactly sure. Um, whatever it is, it changes the people that take it. I knew Krageth before he started all of this, and he's different now than he was.
Different in like what way?
More aggressive, less rational. I mean, especially when he's fighting, but even outside of a fight, he's been
It's like Red
more.
Mist on steroids.
Oh yeah, yeah, in a fight especially, but even outside of a fight, he's been more irritable, more short-tempered. Um, have you noticed that he never seems to be out drinking anymore? He's standoffish. And when you do see him, did you notice the guy next to him?
Do I recall any guys next to him anytime I've seen?
Give me a make it a perception check. It'll be kind of a retroactive perception roll.
Perception. Probably not with the 13.
No, you don't notice anything.
No, I can't say I recognise the guy standing next to him, but can you describe him?
Skinny little weedy, off-putting looking guy. Never seems to speak. Always seems to be standing behind someone else. Just puts off a really weird vibe. Um,
Hmm.
I think he's tied up in it somehow, but I don't know how.
I don't suppose you know where they're getting these Drogas Duras from. It sounds nefarious and, not good for anyone involved.
To be honest, I'd start with the weedy looking guy. It's not just Kragus. All of the ones that seem to be using this, what is it they call it? Fury, I think is what they call it. All of them seem to be seen with this same weird, creepy guy.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye out for it because if any of them get too aggressive in a fight and fuck things up irreparably, that's good for no one. Someone dies fully in this arena, that brings a lot of heat down on numerous people.
I agree completely. Um, if you are going to look for this guy, first and foremost, be careful. I've heard he's bad news, and I've heard, and I'm not sure if this is right or not, but the name that I have heard used in association with him, and again, I don't know if this is a real name or a stage name like half of us use or not, but they call him the Vile Hand.
Interesting. I'll keep an eye out for any vile hands on the job.
Be careful. And if you can find any way to get Kragath away from it, I'd appreciate it. He and I used to be friends.
I'll see what I can do. Now you get yourself nice and ready for our round 2, because I'm sure you'll knock me on my ass next time we fight.
Oh, it'll be coming. Believe me, and I won't take it as easy on you next time.
Understandable.
She kind of claps you on the back with her massive arm and kind of has a laugh and then heads off towards her dressing room to get changed.
Interesting. Alright, guess it's time to meet back up with the boys and
Yep.
smuggle them out so that Sam doesn't get fucking murdered.
I mean, we can
Yeah.
just wait for everybody to leave.
Yeah, but then we get back to the pub, like.
Oh,
I mean, there's probably not any easy way for us to get to Davrov, is there? If he's still in his little box.
Not without being noticeable. Bearing in mind, that's not Davrov's box. Where Davrov hangs out, he has a table in the same box where all of the bet makers are.
Yeah. Oh, right, is Big Mo in the house?
You haven't seen him.
Damn.
You wanted to give him a big old smooch.
I'm not going to make the bad joke that I was going to. I'll save it for next time.
I feel like there's a whole number of bad jokes that can be made here.
Oh, yes.
Yes.
George is a bad joke.
Oh, thank you.
I could have made a really poor joke in bad taste about inspired by real life events.
Oh, you 100% should.
No, please don't. Let's not have these get demonetized on YouTube before they're even monetized.
I was going to say, and demonetized.
Good point.
Pre-demonetized.
I mean, are we able to get booze delivered to the dressing room? So at
Oh,
least
yeah,
then we
that's
can just
easy
like
enough.
party in the dressing room until it's safe for Sam to leave.
Yeah, that's definitely doable.
And we'll deface as many posters on the way out as we can. Just, drawing silly moustaches, putting a dick over his eyes, little things like that. And then we can pass it off as drunken stupor.
Got it. Do you go back out to watch any of the other fights this evening? There are 2 more on the cards tonight.
I don't, but
I mean, it could be fun to watch. Who's on the card?
I'm just bringing that up now. Bear with me. I'm not on my
Think about
normal
it. We can place bets on people.
You can if you'd like to, yeah. I'm not on my normal multi-screen setup, so things are a bit chaotic right now.
He's only got 3 screens instead of 4.
I only have one laptop screen at the moment, actually. Thank you.
You're not able to cast it up to the TV screen in the hotel room.
No, they've got it locked out.
Damn.
Wow.
They've got a plug where you can plug in like a Fire Stick, but nothing that you can actually cast. Okay, here we go.
I mean, if you can plug in a Fire Stick, surely all you need is a HDMI cable.
Yes, but I didn't bring one that had a plug for my I didn't bring an HDMI for my Surface adapter.
That'll be the one.
Yep. So the other fights tonight are the Shadow Fang versus. Oh, hang on. I didn't update that bracket after the last fight. So.
Yes, we'll be 2 minutes. Can still hear you.
Okay, no worries. So it's going to be Shadow Fang versus Imbermane. And then it's going to be Gruul the Ravager versus Carla Blackfeather.
I mean, we could play some bets. Do I know any of them?
You certainly do. What is the deal here? Bear with. I think I gave you a card that should have most of them on there.
I think you sent it into the WhatsApp, but that's been disappeared somehow.
So, Cara Blackfeather is a Kinku rogue who specializes in quick strikes and moving around rather than taking a hit.
Tricky bitch. Sounds good.
Mm-hmm. Who did I say Blackfeather was fighting?
I think I found the page on Campfire now.
Yeah, that was Gruul the Ravager that she's fighting. He is a Minotaur Berserker.
Okay.
And then in the other fight, you have Tasha Wildfire Imbermane, who is a fire genocide duelist, who is up against Nalzira the Shadowfang, who is a drow.
Shadowfang. Ah.
Nalzira the Shadowfang, yes, she is a drow.
Interesting.
She is known for fighting in complete silence. You actually have never heard her speak.
Silent but deadly.
Mm-hmm. Prefers fighting with a pair of short swords. Very much a fast and she's been caught a couple times and censured for using poison swords in fights, which is a bit of a frowned on thing.
Just a bit.
But you also have gotten the impression from some of the rumor mill that she probably poisons the swords for other reasons outside of the arena as well.
I think these could be 2 interesting fights.
And her opponent, so that's Tasha is also female. That's a female fire genocide. Kara Yeah, so you've out of the 4 next fighters, you've got you've got a male Minotaur and then 3 females.
Well, we're inclusive in Fight Club.
I mean, yeah, the brackets have fallen fairly well for the female fighters this time around, actually.
If you guys are up for
So,
it, I wouldn't mind placing some bets.
Yeah.
okay, so in the first fight, Cara Blackthorn versus Grohl the Ravager. Who are you betting for?
I put 10 gold on Kara.
10 gold on Cara. Going for the Kinku over the Minotaur.
Well, based on flight ability and being able to keep range a little bit easier and dip, duck, dodge, and dive and strike when you can. Plus, why not?
Makes sense.
Sneaky beach for 5 from me.
Okay. So what I'm going to do is just to simulate the fight, we're going to have 5 roll-offs. So who wants to roll for Kara since you're both betting on
I don't mind.
her? Okay.
I'll let you
Straight.
do it, yeah.
Straight D20 roll.
Sorry, I have a face full of salt and pepper chicken. What was that?
Straight D20. Just roll me one.
Can do. Oof.
Oh, God. Kara doesn't start out well, but she starts out better than Gruul. Next one. Okay. She's taking it to him a bit. Next.
Those
Okay.
rolls are good.
Yeah, she's doing very well. Next
Yeah, where the
one?
fuck were these rolls when I needed them?
No kidding. Well, I mean, you won. Don't complain too much.
True.
All right.
Yeah,
Next
there
one.
you go.
Ooh, okay. He's coming back a little bit. And last one. So that is a close fight. But, yeah, with that, she is going to pull out a win. Death by 1,000 cuts, as it were. She doesn't dominate the fight for sure, but she does win it. So you had 10 gold on Kara, George?
Yep.
All right. So you're going to get back 30 on that one.
Nice.
And Vlad, you had 5, you said?
Mm-hmm.
You get back 15.
Oh, sorry, my 5 and 15 more.
You're 5 and then
Right.
15 more, correct, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Awesome.
And then the last fight of the evening, the Wildfire versus the Shadowfang. Who's voting?
What odds are they getting?
The Shadowfang is by far picked to be the winner of this one.
So I've heard female genocide as I was away. Oh, this is fire genocide, and that's funny.
Yeah, we don't need any female genocide, no.
Canonically, fire genocide is what the character had as well. So I'm placing bets on her.
Okay.
But what was the actual word?
Genocide.
Genocide. How do you call that?
It's the same as what my character is.
Oh.
Kind of.
Yeah,
mostly.
that's the word. I've just put it in chat.
Genocide.
I'm a little more niche than pure fire, but
yeah, it's basically a being that is touched by the elemental planes.
Gotcha.
So you're like human plus elemental.
Right. Oh, yours.
Okay, so you're putting money on Wildfire.
That's right.
Okay, how much?
Another 5.
Okay, and what about you, George?
Do you know what? I like betting on an underdog. I'll put 10 on Wildfire.
Okay.
I guess I'll roll the opponent this time.
Go for it.
Yeah.
Yep. Ooh.
Okay. The Drow takes an early lead by just a bit. Next up. Okay.
Ooh. Oh.
The Shadow
All right.
is eating on this one. Ooh, that's a bit of a slip up.
Oh no.
Oh, not
It is D20, so
capitalized
I'm
on.
rolling.
Yeah, and you two handily lose your money on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. The Shadowfang wins that one pretty hands down, and Tasha is eliminated.
So I'm still in net profit. So
And that's all we care about.
And with that, the evening's entertainment does end.
man, that was some good chicken. Fuck yeah.
I have a giant bag of flips. That's my snacking right now.
Nice.
All right. So, are you off to the keg after?
I mean, it'd be rude not to.
Zethian, are you being stealthy?
What, in getting back to the keg? Yes.
In getting out of here, at least, yes.
Oh, yeah, I will. I will attempt to be.
Roll me stealth.
Just straight stealth.
Mm-hmm.
With a +7? Ooh.
What were we saying about your average rolls?
Well, that's the 3.
Yeah, so you managed the above average.
Oh,
Yeah.
So no advantage here. That's a lot of bad rolls.
Wow. Okay, so only 2/5 of those that are watching spot
Oh god.
you.
But I'm missing the drawn-on moustache that people think I have.
Well, that's what the ones are. Is people that are confused by the fact that you don't have a mustache. Wait, isn't that? No, he doesn't have a mustache. Okay. You all make your way back to the keg. You arrive back. Davroff has managed to beat you back this time. Trying to be a bit more stealthy means that you've taken a bit longer than normal. So he's already back and behind the bar by the time you get there. When you get into the keg, are you doing anything to keep a low profile, or are you just hanging out?
Well, I'll be my usual self with my head, like my hood up and whatnot. You know,
Okay.
I'm
And
not
I'll
going to sit
kick
there in
down the
full
door
display of
because
everybody.
drinks.
I was so entertained by the idea of casting Disguise Self, because I can cast it without expending anything. That not only am I casting Disguise Self for myself to disguise as Deathian, I also do have a mustache.
Got it.
Also try to sort of be sneaky in the hood, as I'm doing it. Yes.
Davroth is entertained by you. About half an hour passes. You guys have had a couple drinks, and you notice the door opens, and Mo comes walking in, along with another guard. Give me a perception roll.
All of us?
Yeah, all of you.
I think.
Could be worse.
Okay. All three of you notice that the guard that is with Mo and Mo are both carrying what looked like rolled up posters of some kind in their hand
Uh-oh.
as they head over to Davroth.
I'll come closer to them, Mustache and Nathan and all. Try to listen up, see what's going on.
Just gonna try and position myself between hot stuff and them, so that use the frame to body block so they can't see him, even though if he is disguised. And hopefully, Mo's just drawn to me and my beautiful aura.
Okay. The why is this not loading? Apologies, bear with me. So the other guard that is there with Mo, you don't know him by name, but he is an older dwarven fellow. And as the two of them head in, the dwarven guard heads towards the bar, and Mo actually breaks off and heads towards you, Saladin.
Give it the old. How goes it?
He looks a little bit nervous at first, and he goes, "So this is this is a bit awkward, but I need to talk to you about something, and I don't think you're going to be very happy with
Does he have diseases?
it. Are
Do I,
are
do I-
you walking up while this conversation is happening?
Am I okay to be walking up to the other guard as the conversation is happening, just to
Yeah,
sort of hear?
we'll jump over to that in a second. Yeah.
Mhm.
And he kind of looks at you, Saladin, and he holds out the poster that he's holding. He says, "I don't like to say it. This looks a lot like that friend of yours, and we've been asked to come and check out after a few people have. Hang on, I'm getting a phone call. Hang on, bear with me." So yeah, where we left off, basically, Mo is speaking to you, Saladin, and explaining that he knows you're really not going to like this, but your friend seems to be very similar to the person that is wanted for questioning, and some people have basically reported to the guard that they saw him come in here from the arena tonight, and he's basically asking you if you know anything about this.
Can I just take a closer look at the poster and the image on it?
Yeah.
Like, eh, eh.
Is it one of the posters with the moustache drawn on or not?
That's a good question as well.
No, this one does not have a mustache.
Sort of sitting there like, I can see the resemblance. Doesn't look too much like him to me. With my face like half bruised and bloodied because I've not healed at all from getting smacked in the face 15 times by the fucking Loxodon.
Give me a deception roll.
$16.
Not bad. He kind of nods and he says, "All right. Well, I mean, we've got to ask. My partner's checking in with, just
Yeah.
making sure that everything's on the up and up. But
If we see him, where do you want us to bring him?
well, to the precinct house or to the guard captain, Captain Ulrich. We've basically been told that the person in the poster is to be considered armed and dangerous and is to be taken in for questioning in regards to the fires last week.
Ooh. Quick question. If no one is supposed to know about the fights and it's all under the table, why are the city guard investigating the fight club that they ignore, that they're not supposed to support?
I don't know, and it's all really strange.
Corruption.
Is he hiding anything? Like, is there sort of like, is he trying to not give away everything?
Roll me insight.
Not going to get much from an 11.
He comes across as genuinely confused as you are as to why they're looking into it, but he's been told to look into it.
Well, fair enough. I'll keep you posted, and when you're off the clock, I'm sure there's plenty more chances for us to get drunk.
Yeah, I'd like that a lot. Meanwhile, we'll jump over to Darvoth and the dwarf at the counter. Now, Vlad, you said you were moving over to hear what was going on there,
Mm-hmm.
and you are currently disguised to look like Zethian with a mustache.
That's correct, yes.
Okay.
And a big one we're talking about.
So, are you being stealthy as you walk over, or are you just walking over?
I want to. Honestly, I want to walk over stealthily to hear what they're saying first, and then decide to engage or not engage.
Okay, so roll me a stealth check.
Mm-hmm. 13.
So the dwarf is walking over towards Davroth, and he kind of Davroth waves him over as he's coming in, and the dwarf says, "Davroth, we've got a report that there's a wanted criminal hanging out in your." And he kind of stops, and he's halfway through unrolling the poster, and he looks down at it, and he looks up and sees you, and he immediately screams, "Mo, he's over here! You stop! You're under arrest!" And what
have I done?
What do you do? Because he's moving towards you.
He's not like bullet guns or any lethal danger, right?
He is reaching into his belt for something. You don't know what yet.
Oh. I'm just arguing with him, asking what have I done. I have done nothing. I'm an innocent person and stuff like that.
Okay. As you are doing that, go ahead and roll me a. Oh, hang on. Let me double check what this would be.
Can I start like kind of like sneaking around the back of the room and out the door?
Yeah, give me a stealth check.
My bar stools will be turned over.
Theodore, give me a
Tempted to do
wisdom
this.
saving throw. Zephian, you are being very stealthy.
23, not 20.
You managed to succeed it. Yes, George, you can. I will say you can have ordered one of those.
Standard one in it
Yes.
for what is it? 5 gold?
Yes. Oh, actually, no. On fight night, you get the fighter's discount, so it's only 1 gold.
Oh, base. I love 2
Um,
back to back.
yeah. So you see as he reaches behind him and he pulls out what looks like a metal wand or a baton, and he actually touches it to you, and you feel like your body start to seize up and lock up for a moment, and then you manage to shake it off. And you recognize that this is the same spell that hit you on the door to the alchemists that froze you in place.
Right, but this time I'm still able to move after that.
Correct. Yeah, you've shaken it off.
Mm.
But he is right there next to you and saying, "You are under arrest by order of the city guard. Come with us without any issue, and don't make this any worse for yourself."
What has my
And he's
evil
starting to
twin
grab
without?
you by the wrists.
So I'm saying something about an evil twin without a mustache. But also, the way illusion works is if there is something on my body that should not be there, like it's not, they cannot touch me as long as they are
Correct.
touching me and I.
As soon as they touch you, then they can see through it. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And it's about this time that he's trying to grab for your wrists, basically to cuff you, and he kind of stops and he grabs onto you, and then he looks up. He goes, "Wait a minute, you're not." And he looks confused for a second, and he goes,
Have
"Right,
you not seen my mustache?
you're coming in for questioning anyway. I'm not sure what's going on here, but you got some
Oh shit!
answering to do." And he's going to grapple you. Do you resist?
He's grappling my friend.
Why do I feel like there's a pint glass about to be smashed over the back of someone's head?
Okay. As I have the illusion, they still don't know who I am.
No. Once he's seen through it, he sees who you are.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think I'm resisting.
Okay.
Too risky.
He proceeds to cuff you then.
Can I walk up to them at this point?
You can. Yep. You walk up as he is cuffing Zephian, and Mo is looking very confused. And he kind of sees Theodore. Well, no, actually, no. He would still see the illusion at this point. He's not seen through it. So he looks over and he sees Zephian. Yeah, with a mustache, getting handcuffed.
Do I still? I'm assuming I still know it's big doors.
You
Well,
know
you
that
see
he
me
had
with
the illusion
mustache all
up.
the time. Yeah.
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 So yeah, you know it's him. Yeah.
So yeah, I'm sort of gonna approach and be like, Mo, why is this geezer hassling big doors?
That's not Theodore.
Yeah. Did you not see like some of those like hastily like graffitied posters around the arena? We thought it'd be fucking funny to rock up as one of them. At which point I'm just sort of gonna grab his hand and touch him to the illusion so he knows it's big doors.
At
Like
which point,
you know this guy ain't a threat.
um, at which point the dwarf is like, if you're gonna walk around looking like a suspect, you're gonna end up answering questions like one. You're coming down to the station and you're gonna answer some questions about why you're walking around looking like this.
Can I just tell him like it's a prank, bro? It's funny. Have you not seen the mustache? The mustache was huge. Like I thought, I thought you'd see the mustache. That's so funny.
Roll
Trying to persuade
me,
him.
roll me persuasion with disadvantage.
You know, we're in the pub. We're not expecting the police to come fucking kicking the door down.
Yeah, I would drink it here. And oh, it's disadvantage. Oh, 12. 17 and 12.
You're kind of saying all this about, oh, it's a prank, it's funny, it's this and that, and this dwarf looks at you completely stone faced, and he goes, "No, it's not funny. You're impeding an investigation."
Man.
Bit presumptuous, bruv. Go sort of look
People,
to Mo and see if he's going to say anything about any of this.
you kind of get the impression that kind of Mo starts to say something, and the dwarf looks at him, and he just immediately shuts up, and you can tell this guy's obviously his superior, and he doesn't want to get in trouble. And the dwarf kind of looks back at you again, Theodore, and then at you, Saladin, and he says, "You know, I know you, and I get that your friend here probably didn't mean anything by it. But every minute that we're chasing around some rumor that someone's heard or seen him looking like our suspect is a minute that we're not chasing the actual suspect. So yes, this is an issue."
Understandable, but in the confines of the pub, as we're having a drink as mates, we're not trying to cause problems. Everyone here knows us. If what you're saying is you want extra eyes on the street to keep an eye out for him, we can help you with that. And we'll avoid doing anything this silly again and discourage other people from wearing the giant moustache because, you know, the aim is not to cause panic or impede your investigation.
Roll me persuasion straight this time.
That's not going to be great.
Ooh. I had an advantage on mine. I could have used my luck. Forget about that.
Have you got any luck left?
Let me check. I thought I had.
If you do, you can use it on the roll.
Yeah, I have both of my left. Am I okay
Okay.
to do persuasion with luck? Would it be then straight?
Well, what it would be is if you're going to use your luck to affect this roll, then George would roll again. It would still be his plus.
Yeah, let's do that.
But because it's affecting you, you'd basically be using your luck to give him a reroll.
Happy to do that.
God.
Try again.
Well, let's pray.
Yeah.
11 is marginally better.
It is
Yeah.
above average now to the below average.
Enough to not get me stabbed immediately. Probably.
He kind of gives a frustrated sigh, and then you can see him trying to undo the cuffs, and he kind of shakes his head and he goes, "Just don't make things harder on us than they need to be. Don't go around looking like suspects. It's not funny. It's not a joke." And about that time, some people that are near the window to the tavern start shouting that there's a fire outside.
Sam, the fuck have you done, bro?
I should not. I'm just throwing myself.
At which point,
My
Mo
fucking God.
and this dwarf go rushing out of the place.
I mean, I feel like we should follow to see what's going on.
Yeah.
But before we follow, can I just like run out there with a full pint of beer? Can I just like get another pint from
Ooh.
the bar?
Same.
Mhm.
Yeah. Pint from the bar
Yeah,
out.
you both go running out
Mhm.
with pints of beer. Now,
I'm
Sam,
asking,
I will say.
as we're running, I was asking, should I disguise myself as that dwarf? Do you think he will like that joke?
Oh God!
Let's not push our luck, big doors. We're on thin ice.
Just
Disguise
yeah,
yourself as
one
me for
nothing
shits
then.
and giggles with a giant moustache if you want to.
You got it. I'm doing that. Yes.
Now, Sam, what I will say is there's not another competing pub near enough that you could use. There are, however, a couple late night food establishments that would kind of fit the bill.
That's fair
Um,
enough.
yeah.
And obviously, I've then kind of pieced to the other end of
Yes.
wherever I've done this to try and watch what goes on in the shadows.
Hmm.
I'm hoping that
Now,
I've done all this surreptitiously enough that I don't need to do any rolls for this.
no, I've done some rolling, and unfortunately, it seems that they had put something in that dumpster that was very ignitable
Bacon
because
grease.
not only has the dumpster immolated in flame, but the entire kebab stand, basically the entire restaurant, is currently in flames. The entire back side of the building and down the alley wall, two complete sides of the building are in flames, and black smoke billowing from inside as people are running out.
Who do you think you are, me?
Saladin, the place that you get your post drink kebabs is now toast.
Wait, is it still on fire? Like, can I run in
It
and
is
either
it
save a
is
person or a kebab?
it is in flames. Yes. Yeah, I will let you go rushing in if you would like to. Would you rather save the proprietor of the establishment or the full cow-sized Donner spit?
Shit, how far away from each other are they?
Far enough that you're only going to get one or the other.
Dude, I'm running with him. It's two Saladins. You are stronger. You go for the person. I'll try to go for the meat.
I mean, if it's cow sized, that's a hefty unit.
Yeah,
But
I'll get the beta of meat first.
this is
Yeah.
the Donner spit the size of a side of cow.
give a man a fish, he eats for a day. Teach a man to fish, he eats for a lifetime. I'm gonna save the proprietor.
Okay.
Gonna
And
neck that beer that I came running out with. Running. Do I know the geezer's name? Because I'm just gonna be sprinting in, screaming his name.
um,
No,
you do. His name is Valtrek.
Valtrek. Just running in, screaming, Valtrek, no! Furious about losing kebabs. Safe
And
for my
yes,
man.
he is partially pinned beneath a table that looks like some of his patrons knocked over onto his leg as they were trampling their way out. You throw that off of him. You get him up on his feet. You get him out of there. Theodore, were you following him in?
Yes.
Okay. Are you trying to save the kebab spit?
No, to be fair, I'm helping to save the person first.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Makes it easier to lift all the weights off of him and everything that's in the way.
Got it. The two of you managed to drag him out before basically the fire gets to the point that there's no more going back into that building. That building is roasted.
And,
Um,
Sad as.
yes. Your late night your night meat spot is kaput.
Still discussing Saladin. No, that's horrible. Big man
Saladin and
sad.
Saladin with moustache.
No. So, I
And
thought of
at which
something.
point
No, I'm not.
you come running out with this guy, and the two guards are immediately rushing to him, and the dwarf stops and looks at you, Saladin, and then looks at you.
He's
We
not a
have been.
criminal. We did this before we knew the place was on fire.
Just for your entertainment, when Zero is disguised as Saladin, it's not with a mustache, it's without a mustache or a beard.
Oh no. Completely bare face.
Okay. He looks very much annoyed with you, but he's too busy helping uh, the he's too busy helping Valtryek to say anything to you at this point. Um, at which point they basically they get him okay, they get him a drink, make sure that he's not injured, and then they start asking questions about if anyone saw um, what started the fire. And Sam, at this point, how close are you watching?
Uh, far enough away that I'll see what's going on, but I obviously I don't think I'll be in earshot of conversation at this point.
Okay.
I'm like a couple of blocks down the road, so that I can see shenanigans.
Got it.
Yeah, got the old viewfinder, can see from range.
You do, as you're watching, you do notice a couple people that were in there or that were coming in at the time of that everything started, pointing towards, like gesturing towards the wanted posters that the guards were carrying, as if possibly to say that they think they've seen that person in the area.
I know what I'd say here, but obviously I can't tell them what to say.
Mm-mm.
I mean, Dwarf and Mo know that me and Big Doors were in the pub when the fire broke out. It weren't Big Doors.
Mm. Ooh, this disguised this man with his this. I don't know. That wouldn't work. That was me.
I mean, if they're looking for the guy that set the fire and it is the guy off the poster, after watching my kebab shop get burnt down, I feel like it'd be quite believable when I say whoever has burnt down my favourite place to get a late night street meat will pay for this. Because that ain't a lie.
Yes, they ain't a lie.
So, are the two of you doing anything else before you head on from here?
Console with Valtrek.
What else do you guys have up to do for the evening?
Hmm. Have
What class was Ironhide if he's even still in the pub?
Uh, Ironhide.
Because he's orc adjacent, the same as Craggy. But I don't know if he fits under the chem side of things.
Bear with me 1 second. He's a fighter.
Okay, so it's unlikely he'd be involved with. I don't know, he might be involved with chem trade if he's
I
still
mean,
in the pub.
it's possible. Do you want to head back in and speak to him?
Unless we have anything else to do on the street.
I don't. I think both of them would be busy right now, and in the future, I would want to understand if there were more cultist murders, but like not in the evening, not today. So nothing else from me. I'm
Okay.
just walking with you, looking at you, finding it very
Okay.
funny.
You head back inside and you see Drock sat at a table nursing a strong cup of alcohol. He kind of looks up as you go over. Ah, Saladin. Congratulations tonight. That Loxodon hits like a truck, doesn't she?
You can say that again, and it's been a double punch of a night. My fucking favourite kebab shop has been burnt down.
Is that what all that commotion out there was about?
Yeah. On the bright
Crap,
side,
I was heading there when I left here.
Valtrax, I pulled him out the fire, so hopefully he opens a new place and we can still eat street meat. But
That doesn't help me tonight, though, does
but Dazza does some good food.
it? Yeah, all right. It's not a kebab, though.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it'll work.
But I wanted to ask you, you're familiar with old Krageth? You know of him.
Yeah, I know of him.
Do you know anything about that suspicious box of Dragas Duras he wears on his waist?
I know whatever it is, sending him out of his fucking head.
I'm just trying to figure out, like, more and more people are turning up that shit. Where the fuck are they getting it from?
I keep hearing there's some new alchemist in town. He's mixed up this fight juice, whatever they call it. I don't like the way things are going with it. If the arena gets taken over by that kind of stuff, I'm going to end up finding my way out. Too old for that shit.
Yeah, that kind of stuff is just, it ain't cricket. Do me a favour, if anyone ever approaches you about it to give it to you, give me a shout, because I like the fight, I like the challenge, I don't like cheating, and I don't want people to get full on hurt. And if people are going out of their head on this shit, it doesn't belong there.
That works for me. If I hear anything, I'll let you know.
Cheers, man. And I'll buy him a drink because why the fuck not? You know, he took a
Good
loss in
man.
the arena last week, so drink is drink.
Good man. He appreciates it.
I do say to Saladin that this alchemist starting to be trouble. We suspect he's involved with the cult. Police is looking for him. Hides. Now does this drug stuff. And at least one voice in my head was telling me about killing him. So we need to understand whether we are like on his side, not on his side, because it starts to be shady. Plus, if he's the cultist, we could do a cult of our own. Just saying. Eliminate competition in a way. And we will not be doing this unfair fighting. Thing steroids. They're very unfair, unprofessional.
I'm not against starting a cult, if
Yeah.
that's what you're getting at, but murdering a cult is also fun.
Mm-hmm. That alchemist, I don't get good vibes from him in general. But then again, we don't really have a way to find him. And
Yet.
he is yet. And he's quite powerful, so we will need to be like careful. But I don't. He doesn't give me a good vibe, does he?
No. Add him to our hit list.
Oh yeah. All right. So as we're here drinking, what time is it?
By the time you're probably getting close on to midnight.
Probably sensible nap time.
Yeah, I think so. Because I was thinking of going after a person who may or may not be our friend. But if we go after the person who may or may not be our friend, people might follow us. So I think it would actually be safer for everyone that we have a sleep, have a rest.
Yeah.
Have a rest.
He knows where we frequent. He knows how to find us. If we
Yeah.
break from our normal pattern, that looks worse.
Mm-hmm.
Probably.
Okay. So you crash for the night.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm assuming
Okay.
we don't get stabbed in the night. How much do I owe for the bar tab? Other than my healing potions.
You bought a few rounds here and there. We'll say a gold.
Sure.
I was drinking as well. Should I decrease my money as well?
Well, that was for all of you for the night. So how you divide that up between you?
I happen to have a amount of money. Most of the gold that. That's a good point. Is my gold still good here? Most of my gold is still from the amusements, which technically is a mix of gold that is from all over the plains.
Mm-hmm. Davros doesn't seem to bat an eye at taking it.
Okay, that helps because I have like 296 gold, 1,110 silver, and 507 copper. I have more money than I probably should be holding on to.
Yeah,
I
you
should
are
probably
weighed
put it
down
in
with
like the
that.
magic box.
Yeah, you are weighed down with that.
He walks with a certain clink.
To be fair, my carrying capacity is large. I've got a carrying capacity of 480. Items equate for 121 so far, and coins are just shy of 40. So I've still got, a couple of £100 that I can carry.
Fair enough. Right, so you guys crash out for the night. Sam, meanwhile, what do? You see the commotion
I
die
saw
down.
everybody go
You
back
see
to the
them.
pub, and
Yep,
I
you
go
see
back
all
to
of them
my
head back.
hidey hole.
Okay. And just disappear for the evening?
Yep.
Okay. Next morning comes around. Vlad, I assume Theodore and Saladin normally meet for breakfast. Does Zethian show up?
Yeah, I'll sneak my way back in the morning. Hood
Okay.
up. Sneaky, sneaky.
Got it.
Might need to invest in some makeup or a mask.
Oh. Okay. So, what is the plan for the next morning as you guys are having your breakfast?
Jesus Christ! Why did you burn the kebab shop?
Oh, you don't know it was me yet.
I was
That's
going to say,
it.
you
Oh,
should
I know
ask
it
him if he
was.
did it first.
How
They're just
dare
I'll
you
just
accuse me
accuse
of
it straight
such a
away.
crime?
They're just
Who else?
assuming it's you.
Also,
Yeah.
does Davroth recognize him? Like, is
Davroth
Davroth
is
give us a bad time?
Davroth is giving interesting looks this morning. I'll say that.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, is he the kind that would dob me in?
He does have a moral compass.
He does. If he,
So
you
if you
get
want to
the
endear yourself, now's the time.
you get the impression that if he actually thinks you're dangerous, then yes, he would do something about it. But he wouldn't do something about it just to be a job's worth kind of thing.
Can I make my apologies to him at the bar for bringing the legal establishment into his property?
You head over to apologize to him, and he kind of looks at you and he goes, Are you the one they're looking for?
Well, I don't know what they're looking for me for, but it sure does look like it is a resemblance.
They're looking for someone who's responsible for setting fire to the fights last week. Did you have anything to do with that, Matt?
If I did, it was not intentional.
Then maybe you need to talk to someone and let them know that before things get any more extreme.
How does the law respond to honest admissions of accidental damage in cases like this? Or would I just end up rotting in a cell if I even said and tried to say anything?
All tricks by the book, but he's a good guy. I've known him for years. Speak to him. Explain what happened. Mention my name if you need to. Should be good as long as your story makes sense.
At which point I shall thank him for his honest words and advice, and implore that I shall make good as soon as I can.
Is it not worth asking Dazza why suddenly the city guard are so interested in the illegal fight club and investigating something that they're not supposed to know about and actively ignore?
Well, it's not that they don't know about it; it's they don't normally care.
Well, yeah, if they actively ignore it because they're aware of it and they're not supposed to allow it to happen, why are they suddenly so interested in investigating as if it's lawful? That's
Are you asking him?
Yeah, fuck it, why not?
Yeah.
I wish I knew Saladin. It makes no sense. For 20 years, they've let things run down there without interfering. Now you've got guards interfering in the arena. You've got famous people disappearing. You've got
Hold up,
this
famous people
new.
disappear.
You've got this new whatever he is on the Concord Council now. Things are changing. Things are getting strange.
The Concord Council.
Mm-hmm.
Who's the new guy on that? Is this something that's happened while we were in the amusements?
Do you ask
Or is
him
this
about
something?
the amusements specifically? Because that would just confuse him, probably.
It's more a case of, is this something that we would have known about anyway, some new geezer on this council, or is this something that we don't know about and probably happened while we were locked in the amusements?
I would say George and Sam roll me history checks with disadvantage. Vlad, you could roll a history check straight on this one. Because you'd probably be
That
the
one,
one to
baby.
be the most aware of the Golden Concord.
0. 14.
I rolled the same on both dice.
Theodore, you're the only one who would probably be aware of this. Primarily because your parents also had seats on the Golden Concord.
Mhm.
There's been a lot of talk in the last 6 months or so because the primarily human members of the Golden Concord, which the Golden Concord, by the way, for some context, they're not a governmental body. They are a council of the most wealthy and prestigious merchants and trade bodies around. They do a lot of political lobbying for trade deals, trade protection, um, inner city relationships, and things of that nature. Um, about a year ago, a non human was given a seat on the council table, and most of the council was absolutely appalled at the fact that he was given a seat there at all, but his wealth and connections pretty much didn't give them any choice but to give him a seat at the table. And as you start thinking about all of this, you realize that although you've never actually encountered him before, you recognize the name because you were very recently in his shop.
Fuck.
Is that the
Sanshara
alchemist?
Dalgaz.
Is he the bad guy?
Sanshara, the place that the shop that runs Adventurers Amusements,
Mhm.
is the non-human member of the Golden Concord that has everyone up in arms.
Okay.
And because there was some confusion whenever I mentioned famous people disappearing, as a reminder, the Darrows were recently announced as having been kidnapped and were missing.
Uh-huh.
Rich people go missing all the time.
Yeah, I mean, I do know a little bit about them, but how can we help?
I'm also 90% sure your character hasn't told us about them being your parents. It's just because
Nope, he
Casey
hasn't.
told us to read the.
Oh, yeah.
We were allowed to
Yeah,
watch the YouTube video, so we've just been pretending we didn't know. I think both
yeah,
me and Richard knew, and have just been pretending we don't.
yeah. Your characters do not know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you shouldn't have watched my intro video.
Yeah,
I
you
like,
shouldn't.
yeah, I was like, oh, shoot. Yes, so I know.
The only safe ones were, I think, like mine and Richard's to watch.
I have to say, it
Yeah,
wasn't
the other
even
two
one
were
from yours.
very revealing.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are bothered about the rich people disappearing. Nor are we bothered about the Rich Boys Club. Because it's way above our pay grade. The murders we're worried about because, potential payday.
Not the fact that you don't want to get murdered yourself.
Meh. Voluntarily taking part in Underground Fight Club and numerous stupid fights implies that I'm not entirely bothered about being murdered.
Yeah, but that's Fight Club, not a stone cold-blooded murder.
Walking down suspicious alleyways where there's dead bodies. I don't mind
That
walking
was a
into dangerous
one-off,
scenarios.
but we profited out of it. But I would still like to find the fiery sword.
Yeah, I was gonna say we need to go along to the port, I believe. I'll see if I can find it in my notes. The name of the place.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, is that the man whose head you just stomped in after he told us everything?
Perhaps. I mean, yeah, I guess stepping on his head was the better option than the psychological torture I wanted to suggest. It's always an option.
Okay. So after your breakfast, when you leave, where are you headed to?
Shan Shaggers is on the way to the port, isn't it?
Uh, Not really. No.
I was going to say, how far do we want to progress without Richard this evening?
Probably not too much further.
Yeah, I'm
There
trying to
is
think of neutrals
there is
that we
one
can do
more
along the
element
way.
that I would like to get to this evening.
Mm-hmm.
Bear with me 1 second, because I have a bit of something to share with one of you. As you leave the tavern, Saladin, you're a few steps ahead of everyone else on the way out. And as you turn to head down the street, you find yourself glancing down one of the nearby alleyways where your attention is drawn to someone who seems to step out of the shadows. And I'm just going to send you a link. And one thing that I'm going to say is for the rest of you, as you are leaving the tavern, what you see is Saladin walks a few steps ahead of you, looks down the alleyway, blinks, and then continues walking, and nothing else happens. Saladin, you see this. This does not occur to anyone else.
Interesting.
So the rest of you just see Saladin look into the alleyway, look a bit confused, and that's it. And now George is looking very confused.
Fuck! I know that name. That's gonna annoy me because I'm not sure if I'm supposed to know that name or not. Does he match the description of the Weasley motherfucker that
He does not. No, the Weasley guy that's been described to you was very clearly human and old. And this guy that you've just seen is definitely neither of those things.
the least you could have done was make his name fucking easier to spell.
In character, you do not have any knowledge of that name. I will say that.
Okay, so anything I have is based on the short stories. Cool. I'll ignore
Yes.
anything.
Yeah.
I'm guessing he just fucking disappears afterwards.
In a puff of smoke. He literally, you watch as he basically takes a puff of his cigar, exhales, and the smoke envelops him, and he is gone.
So yeah, I'll just sort of turn to the boys. Guys, suspicious smoke man in the alleyway with a fucking weird name. Um,
How
Ben
do you know
Hez
his name?
Belil Mamonkin. Oh. Okay, yeah, now it tracks. Yeah, Suskies are out the alleyway. Yes, it's taken me that long, Casey, to trace through it in my brain. Yeah, Mamonkin. He wants me to meet him in the midnight market, offering very suspicious benefits. I
Are
don't.
you going to be asked to throw fights?
I'm not sure. He's a smoker, so instinctively, not a great thing to do.
Given where in D&D, Theodore, he just imagined a person made out of smoke, like a smoke creature, rather than just a smoking. Yeah, yeah. Benefits sounds good. That sounds interesting. I like benefits.
Hang on just a second, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you, baby.
I looked so confused throughout that video because certain points of the dialogue just were cutting in and out. So I'm like, am I hearing this right? And then I realized there was a
I
transcript.
put that water in the fridge.
Moral of the story, I'm not a smart man.
Oh,
Alright.
don't worry, we knew.
Okay. Yeah. We're
Did
just
anyone
about
else
to wrap up
notice
here.
the subtle flex of just Casey bringing Disney bags past the camera?
Of course.
Sensational.
Here you go, darling. Oh. All right, guys. Sorry, I'm back. I think pretty much on that note, we're probably ready to wrap up for this week and wait for Richard to be back next week, aren't we?
Sounds good.
Probably.
Unless you had any more discussion you wanted to have on the smoke man in the alley.
I was more thinking if it's worth trying to swing by anywhere for healing potions to buy. Because if we are, after this, heading towards the port for a potential fight,
You can always head back to Sanshara's for healing potions. You do know that he keeps them stocked.
and I do have his prices, which are a fair amount, but
Yeah.
otherwise, yeah,
If you are looking
chipping in the
to
boys on the events of the suspicious geezer in the alleyway.
if you are looking to just purchase potions and not do any other interactions there, I'm happy for you to just mark those off, and we can just say that you've headed by. If there is any kind of interaction or questioning that you want to do while you're there, then we can roleplay that in the next session. All right?
Yeah, I'm more just thinking getting potions.
Yeah, you just want to do that. We can just say you swung by there before heading elsewhere, and you can just mark them off for the price.
I'm guessing nowhere else has them cheaper.
Not in reliable volumes. You might find the odd potion here or there, but it might be a place that has one or two of them. You're not going to find a place that has them regularly stocked in volume at a better price than Sanshara's.
Fair. Yeah, I'll think about that before the next session.
All right, cool. And on that note, then I think we will wrap it up for the evening, and I will see you guys next time. I'm going to
Sounds
go
good.
unwrap the new Disney
Awesome.
bag that Joanne's brought in.
Enjoy. Say hello to Joanne for us.